Hi, my name is Chloe Hudson, and my business is called World Peace Projects. I offer attunement to your spirit by curating consciousness and advancing the technology of the soul. If you're interested in one-on-one sessions, coaching, courses, and classes, please check out worldpeaceprojects.global. I also offer free teachings, concepts, and stories like this on my YouTube channel, World Peace Projects. This is a fresh approach to shadow work. Shadow work is the practice of becoming aware and integrating the aspects of the subconscious self. Shadow work is a requirement for self-realization and emotional freedom. This is a layered process. By using emotional excavation techniques, I can help you free yourself from the energetic bondage that is prevalent in all people. Like everyone watching, I use astrology and/or tarot to predict probable outcomes, to course correct, and to support my life experiences. So I want to share a unique way in which I have been doing just this. Nadiya Shah has been my go-to astrologer for years. Her kind and honest approach has supported me tremendously in being prepared and aware of the energetic and planetary shifts and how they relate to and affect us from day to day and in general life. She offers practical application and ease of navigating potentially challenging experiences, and I am honored that she granted me the opportunity to introduce myself and share my story. So 2 eclipse seasons ago, in October 2022, I had an initiation and access into quantum tunneling through a matrix of probable outcomes. And unbeknownst to me at the time, this was all in relation to the eclipses. In physics, quantum tunneling is a quantum mechanical phenomenon in which an object, such as an electron or atom, passes through a potential energy barrier. Wikipedia. How this relates to daily life is it speaks to our ability to change our frequency or the frequency of a situation in order to pass through a barrier or an obstacle of some sort. I was going through a toxic breakup. It was excruciating to recognize the draining energy that was coming at me and that I was putting out. I immediately recognized my abandonment patterns. This was surprising for me, since I religiously study and work to heal my shadow patterns. So for weeks, I spent most days healing this and integrating the work I was doing. Within 2 months, I had energetically shed those patterns. Now, as a result, my physical body transformed radically. I shed a significant amount of weight from my size, and I knew it was emotional weight that my body no longer needed or wanted. My dream state began revealing prophetic scenarios. Now, as a student of metaphysics, I knew I was walking through future timelines. I described timelines as another lifetime, a segment of time within this life, etc. Through tarot, I began tracking probable timelines and outcomes and internal future revealments. Astrology showed me patterns of how and when the timelines would generally play out. I began experiencing severe psychic attack. And through intuition, working with my mentor, and previous training through psychic warfare, I investigated how and where I might be losing energy and what I could do about it. I knew there were efforts against me, ready to manifest in physical form or daily life. You see, everything within this 3D reality exists and previously existed within the astral realm. Though not everything within the astral realm exists within the 3D reality. It has the potential and probability to manifest, depending on many factors of quantum mechanics. This type of psychic warfare was not new to me. I am very aware that the etheric battles are always happening between the divine protection of humanity and the negative forces that desire to control humanity. It is simply the nature of existence. My last significant battle was a couple of months before COVID lockdown began. I was oblivious at the time of COVID matters whatsoever. Once I had clarity that I was experiencing psychic warfare from the world's biggest shakeup in recent times, I then understood what I had been going through and why. This was confirmed through the prophetic outcomes I had already been seeing and that had now begun playing out in the environment and the world events around me. During this more recent bout of psychic warfare, tarot and spirit took me down multiple narratives and timelines. I I knew I was looking at future projections, though I presumed them to be sooner than later. I also related most of these probable timelines to myself and to the people I was actively and interpersonally engaging with. Astrology helped me to walk through the most likely calendar ranges of when they could anchor and play out. A new experience for me was that I was crystal clear that everything happening was a manipulative type of magic. And another way for me to say this is that I was aware of energy blocks and sabotages that were afoot. All of these energies had signatures of karma. My karma, others' karma, interrelational karma through timelines that were both directly and indirectly related to me. So I wrote out the names of the people that I believed or knew were a part of these timelines. I began tracking and reverse engineering these timelines. Reverse engineering timelines is a staple within my work. It is essentially astral projecting to the lifetime, the moment, the dimension, etc. of when the initial karma happened. I then change the outcome, make peace, and heal all the imbalanced energy. This allows the karma to rectify and journey out through time and space into this now moment. So I implemented a major overhaul and purge of massive loads of karma. I spent hours practicing Ho'oponopono, the Hawaiian forgiveness practice. I healed, cleared, reversed dozens of veins and tributaries of karmic roots that had snowballed through time. I viewed and intervened in dozens of lifetimes with these people. Some lifetimes I was a part of, some I was not. I also countered, blocked, disassembled, returned, and deflected an extraordinary amount of magic. Most of this magic was not consciously activated, rather the consequence of many karmic factors that alchemize distorted magic through will, desire, all angles of passion, etc. The natural law alchemizes the various elements into reality. But plenty of the magic was physically and consciously conjured. Now, like all things, magic has a signature of the conjurer or the creator of it within the magic. This continued for several months, and the most clear and personally prophetic elements have thus far had the longest future projection. I realized recently that this past eclipse cycle that began April 2023 was the initiation of the changeover, the end of the old and the graduation of the new. Only now, the most clear and prophetic prophecies are revealing themselves. From the time of this initial experiences, pieces of timelines that I was shown began playing out. Random and various people began telling me of their experiences. They were telling me the stories that I was shown through intuition, astrology, and tarot. It was incredible. I remembered that the eclipses are about the environment around me, but I didn't understand why I would be electing to clear their karma. Some of these people I didn't even know. This was a product of not being able to discern properly which tarot storylines were directly related to me, or they were just in my environment. I also believe I was guided to help heal others' karma in order to balance my own. Months and months later, I began engaging with new people. One person was an instant soul recognition. This connection grew very bonded and complex very quickly. It became clear that a significant percentage of the timelines and spiritual warfare I had battled through were this person's karmic timelines. Several of the storylines were their interpersonal relations through various veins, seemingly inconsequential to me. A divine reorchestration was occurring. There was an imbalance of what was karmic and what was spirit aligned existing within my energy and within the energy of this connection. So a full sweep of misaligned energies, karmic and soul ties, depressing and limiting probable future outcomes were diverted. As I think about it now, all of it has been an exquisite diversion from what is not desired. Every single timeline revealed within my attack has been a product of misaligned and regressive stagnant karma. There were dozens of probable timelines. This new eclipse season allowed me to access the potential of guarantee for the divine aligned and fulfilling timelines. I have been experiencing rapid and radical transformation and growth in every area of my life as these barriers are broken and karma gives way to quantum tunneling of spirit. This was and is a journey through karmic quantum entanglement. It has been a lesson on how to alter course trajectory through spirit for my soul, my human, through highly strategic and spirit-guided quantum tunneling. A quantum entanglement is when two particles, such as a pair of photons or electrons, become entangled. They remain connected even when separated by vast distances. This is from scienceexchange.edu. Now, in relation to daily life, quantum entanglement explains the invisible link through space and time to other people and experiences. The nature of astrology and karma are trackable, hence why tarot is a highly sought-out esoteric practice. Tarot has an undisputable foundation of intuition and probability. Tarot is a conduit of spirit, psyche, subconscious, the astral realm, and chance. I am seeing layers of how karma travels through the universal matrix. This initiation shifted the way I experience traversing life. I feel more of the dimensional layers of how we interact and organize within our realities. It has helped me appreciate and understand more of the intelligent network of the universal laws and forces. This has further shifted my perception of how time is plotted and architected within the grand design of the human experience. I perceive time as relative to the space in which it is being experienced and the perspective of the experiencer. Time shifts relative to the space or density. We have all experienced a moment seeming to last for hours, or the time in a day flying by like an hour. Often in metaphysics, we crudely explain time as an illusory tool. Time is in all now moments. Therefore, any moment in time can potentially be accessed, stretched, or collapsed into the now moment. The soul is an experiential accumulation of our existence, choices, and memories. So we have the ability to change and command our soul in this now moment to alter or release its beliefs and reactions to any experience, no matter when it was ingrained or experienced. Our soul records our journey through existence, and we have the right to edit the script, even in the past, present, or future. Potentially, we can command our soul. The challenge of the awakening one is to take command and integrate the faulty beliefs and traumas of the soul. Retrocausality is the ability for a cause to happen after its effect due to the time symmetry of quantum mechanics. Wikipedia. This theory states that we can change the past by altering the present or the future. This is a quantum theory that I have recently become privy to. I am realizing that retrocausality is what I base my 20-year spiritual practice on. I have been implementing retrocausality for decades. I just did not use this term. I use the term reverse engineering timelines. It's a foundation of my work. Now I have a more forensic and intimate education, training or internship, if you will, of how to retrocausally reverse engineer karmic timelines. Astrology, tarot, and intuition have been the tools in my arsenal to conquer a prolific personal battle, a battle that entangled those around me through the divine design. I'm excited to share my findings as a student of consciousness and metaphysics. Hopefully, this somehow supports your journey and unique approach to navigating the greater design as a child of consciousness. If you're interested in one-on-one sessions, coaching courses, and classes, please check out worldpeaceprojects.global. I also offer plenty of free content on my YouTube channel, World Peace Projects. Thank you so much for taking the time to check me out, and I hope you're doing wonderfully.